Hey everybody, Robb here for Southwest Florida Television. This is going to be my Thursday morning beach walk in North Naples, Florida. I'm on Vanderbilt Beach by the La Playa Beach Resort, and it is absolutely gorgeous out here. Partly cloudy skies. The clouds are thinning out. Expecting sunny skies within the next couple of hours. It's about 76 degrees. A little breeze coming out of feels like the east every now and then. Water temperature, 85 degrees. The tide just getting ready to turn and start coming back in. Still seeing that red drift algae on the beach, unfortunately. One of our little snowy egrets parading by. I have seen a lot of that algae in the water, a lot. I saw a huge patch of it down to the south of me this morning when I was walking up here. Today's high temperatures could tie the record highs for this day, maybe even possibly break them in places throughout Southwest Florida. It's going to be a warm one. It's going to be a warm next few days, that's for sure. Look at all that blue sky. Wow. That gorgeous Florida sun heating things up already over here. Hit that share button, my friends. You're definitely going to need your umbrellas out here at the beach this morning. Had a great morning out here so far, having a great morning out here. Came out here before dark, saw the moon, watched it go behind the clouds. Didn't get to see it sink into the Gulf. I think I got a couple pictures of it when it was going behind the clouds. I don't know, the way the clouds filter the light, the moon kind of almost turns red. Pretty amazing. I just took some photos with the iPhone. You can only do so much with the iPhone. It's times like that I wish I had a really nice camera, but there's no way I could be carrying that and doing my live feeds and all that hoopla. Because I do like to get out in the water occasionally. I was out there all morning in a little more than knee-deep water. You can see that red drift algae right there. A little patch of it. I haven't seen the John Deere tractor yet raking off the beach. I don't know if he's trying to get some of this algae off the beach. It's like seaweed. It's kind of like somebody one day, I thought it was a great description. It's like buffalo hair. It's harmless. I mean, you can walk through it, wade through it. I walk on it. It's like a soft, spongy carpet on the beach. Red drift algae. Sometimes you find some nice shells caught up in it. The only downside with this algae is it really, well, besides being kind of ugly, it kind of spoils the look of the beautiful white beach, white sandy beach. But it stinks as it decomposes. It gets a really, really bad smell. Look at these clouds. Wow. We're blessed with beautiful skies here in Southwest Florida. I can never get enough of these skies and these clouds, these colors. To me, every single morning is different. Sometimes not as different at others, but every morning is special in its own way. Trust me, after coming out here for 8 years, I can see the difference. I mean, sometimes there's drastic differences in, our skies, the temperatures, the water conditions, the beach conditions. I mean, it's even every 2 weeks you can see noticeable changes in the shape, the contour of the shoreline. It's just constantly changing. There's some fish jumping around in the water out here. I see some little ripples. There's a school of little somethings out here. Every now and then I see them pop up out of the water. This little snowy egret's seeing them too. Yeah, it's glorious. I wish you were out here with me. Hit that share button. Let's get some more people on here. It was very quiet yesterday morning. Look at that sky. Wow. I wish I had like little spots I could put cameras along the beach and get these skyscapes in time lapse. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing to watch a time lapse. The La Playa should sponsor a Southwest Florida television camera. Put one up on that roof. I'm going to start walking here in a minute. Start my walk up to the north. Just want to get back here in the corner and get one more shot of this sky from back here with the beach with a little bit of sunlight on it. But look at all that blue. All that beautiful blue. These are our Thursday morning blues, and these are the blues we love. Sorry about that. I love sharing some photos later throughout the day to remind people of our beach walk. Some little mementos. Plus those photos get around. A lot of people share the photos. Please hit that share button, by the way. Help spread the word and share the love. Invite your friends into our beach family. My buddy Bob, Bad Bob, and his wife Sherry, the Loonies, are on the road heading back to Ohio this morning. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers as they travel the highways. So we'll be going out with boat Naples this evening for sunset. We got 2 boats going out. That's going to be fun. I'll try to do a live feed of that. That'll be starting, I'm guessing, around 7:30ish this evening on Southwest Florida Television's Facebook page if you want to follow along. It's going to be a really good photo opportunity for us this evening, so it might interfere a little bit with the live feed. Might even have some fur babies out there with us, which would be awesome. Just saw something rolling around over there. Morning. Just saw something rolling around in the water. Some type of fish. We do have tarpon, and they just kind of come up and roll over. Those tarpon can get huge. They're usually a little further out. Tarpon are a game fish. They're kind of like a big snook in a way. Not tasty, but man, do they put up a fight. They have tarpon tournaments throughout the state of Florida. I don't have any new sea turtle nests to tell you about yet. I was talking to our sea turtle folks this morning. When I was talking to them at that moment, we had 43 confirmed nests on Vanderbilt Beach and Pelican Bay Beach combined, and 39 false crawls. So that number's surely going to go up today. Maybe only by 1 or 2, but it should be going up today. As well as maybe up at Delnor Wiggins. Maybe they'll get a new nest. They didn't have any new nests yesterday. They were still holding at 11 yesterday morning. But they got 3 the night before, the day before. That's pretty good for Wiggins, for that little patch of beach. A boat out there. Every once in a while I can see the reflection from the sun hitting the glass. I don't know if you just saw that little flash out there. That water is calm. Man, warm and calm. 85 degrees, that's warm, and it's getting warmer, my friends. We don't like that. That's what those hurricanes like. They like that warm water. We're still in May. Whew. We got a lot of hot months ahead of us. It is unseasonably warm down here. Tomorrow morning is a tough one for me. When I get off that boat this evening, and by the time I get home and go through some photos and videos that I took and get our cruise posted on YouTube, it is late. It is way past my normal bedtime. I've been getting up at around 3 o'clock now in the morning. I head out the door about 4:30. I get to the beach Around 5, I kind of take my time walking here. I stop, check some emails while I'm walking over to the beach. Then I get out here on the beach and walk for an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes before I start my first live feed. Have some of my own personal quiet time out here. Maybe some morning I'll get lucky and see one of our nesting female loggerheads. And I don't know what kind of video or photos I could get of it without any flash and having to keep my distance there. But I'll try to capture the moment for you. Every once in a while they come late in the morning and they're up here as the sun's coming up. That happened to me at Del Nor Wiggins a few years back. There is video of that online on my YouTube channel. Of that big girl on the beach and heading back to the water. I think this redrift algae is going to be around for a little while. Just doesn't seem to be letting up. It's not as thick in the water here. Down to the south, boy, it was really thick. Some thick patches over here. Maybe it is thinning out a little up to the north. You just don't know. And there's no season for this junk. It could come at any time. Hit that share button if you're liking what you're seeing, my friends. Let me see some hearts if you wish you were out here with me. Let me see a couple hearts dance across the screen. Let me know somebody's out there paying attention. Sometimes I wonder if everybody's fallen asleep and dozed off. There's some hearts. I wouldn't blame you if you fell asleep. I've had people tell me that I could put them to sleep. I need your help sharing my posts. Some of you do a great job and I do appreciate that, but not everybody's sharing. I need you to share my other posts, not just my beach walks. A lot of people enjoy watching, like my little beach reports that I try to do in the morning. Folks like seeing that, like knowing what's going on in a condensed version of my beach walk. Del Nor Wiggins Pass State Park up there in the distance beyond the condos. Well, thank you for the stars. I appreciate that. I could not remember that. I could not be out here without your support, my friends. I love coming out here. I love sharing my mornings with you. But the only way I can continue to do this is through your generosity. So keep that in mind. It's either do this and work for stars and tips, and maybe one of these days you might consider subscribing to my Southwest Florida television page. That would be sweet. But I need that to make ends meet each month. And man, it is getting hard, isn't it? Ends just don't seem to be meeting anymore. It sucks, doesn't it? Hopefully things are going to change here. Don't know how, it'll be a miracle, but one can only pray. Pray for better days ahead. Just some little ripples here on the shore. Super calm. Great morning for paddlers, kayakers, paddleboarders. Super calm. Get out in the water a little ways, then there's no red drift algae. I don't think there's any red drift algae when you get a little further offshore. It's just up close to the shore as far as I can tell when I was out in the water this morning. As I got 50 yards offshore, not even that, 25, 30 yards offshore. Didn't notice it in the water. That water should be clearing up as it starts to calm down, especially with that tide coming in. I don't know what the fish are that are jumping out here. I know there's whiting. I've seen a few fishermen catching whiting. Two little snow egrets. Did you see them flying by there? I was looking over at the sun in between the buildings. I just caught them out of the corner of my eye. Beautiful. Be a fun boat cruise tonight, my friends. A fun boat cruise tonight. Our friend Jan. I don't know how many of you remember our friend Jan. She's going to be out there with us. Her and Jamie, her husband. A few of our other old-time beach family members. Laura and her husband. Going to have Connie out there and her sister. I think Kevin's going to be out there with us this evening. This water's very shallow here. Very shallow all in here. There's some of that red drift algae, but like I said, it doesn't do anything. It's harmless. Walk right through it. Walk out into the water. Yeah, it's clearing up. Starting to clear up. Curious to see how far out this algae goes. It's like moving right out there with me. drifting right along. There's several kinds of drift algae. This is the red drift algae we get here. Oh, the bottom is really hard here. Would you like to be walking in the water with me right now? I know you would. Come on. Don't deny it. You can't deny it. I know you'd love to be walking in this water with me. Feels awesome. Kind of refreshing at 85 degrees. It's weird, the water's warmer than the air temperature. Man, I'd love to have a dolphin come swimming up to me. I've had them in this shallow water before come up to me. Right now, knee deep, where I'm at. Well, come on, clouds. You're supposed to be blowing out of here. We're supposed to have sunny skies. We're starting around 9. I don't know. I'm guessing that forecast probably backed up a little bit. It always does that. Started at like, first it was going to be sunny at 7, then 8, then 9, now it's probably 10 or something. Still gorgeous though, still absolutely gorgeous. Still going to be an incredible morning here. An awesome umbrella kind of beach day. Still working on these condos here. They're not all back up to snuff here. There's still months and months of work ahead of them. Months and months of rebuilding after Hurricane Ian, unfortunately. That water, remember, came right up to the tops of the first floors, up to the bottom of the second floors. Some buildings, it was lapping up onto the second floors when that storm surge came in. We won't forget that for a long, long time. Hopefully everybody paid attention to the lesson. See, I walked right through that red drift algae. I'm still here. Nothing to be worried about. So how many of your other beach walkers on social media take you out into the water in the mornings for a little stroll, huh? I swear, I'm trying to think of somewhere else that I'd rather be, but I can't think of it. Having a hard time thinking of that place right now. This is awesome. did cover myself with some bug spray this morning before I left the house, just in case. 'Tis the season for our no-see-ums. Mosquitoes are starting to come out early in the morning, those early morning hours, especially if you're up by the tree lines and stuff. Delnor Wiggins Pass State Park, up at the pass. You might want to remember to throw that in your beach bag this time of year, just in case. Or whatever else you use. I'm not a... Everybody's like, says, oh, you got to use Skin So Soft. It's like, I don't need my Skin So Soft. I just want the bugs off me. I don't want to smell like a whatever. Walking the beach. I want to smell like good old DEET. It's a manly smell. If you do buy some insect repellent, get one that has DEET in it. The more the better. No-see-ums. You can actually see them. They're not invisible, but they are tiny. And you can certainly feel them. There's so many folks that come down here vacationing or part-timers, and they get bit by those things and they just swell up. You got to go to the clinic, get a shot. What happens though is, like, after, just like anything else, after they've been biting you for years living down here, you just build up an immunity to them. You can feel them biting and you get the little marks, but you don't have any kind of adverse reactions. Yay! See, that's one of the benefits of being a true Floridian. Got a little ibis here. One of our little ibises. Ooh. I think I saw an ibis before. I called it an egret. I don't know. One little white ibis. That's a little one too, a tiny one. Might be a young one. Very petite. We're getting close to the end, the north end of Vanderbilt Beach now. Just up ahead is that mile-long stretch of beach paradise at Delnor Wiggins. My favorite place on earth. My little piece of heaven on earth, as I call it. Yes, the water is definitely starting to look good. Starting to clear up. I don't think that tide's on its way in. Maybe, yeah, it is on its way in now. You can see the little ridges down there. Been waiting for this. It was rough last week. Windy, rough. Now, if this red drift algae can move on out of here, that would be awesome. I'm going to take a break here in a little bit, and I'll probably be back for another beach walk for part 2 of this morning's beach walk, so be sure to stick around. Stay tuned for that. Again, hit that share button, please, please, please. Send some stars if you appreciate my efforts and enjoy the walks. Get a penny for each star that you send. I'm not trying to get rich or set the world on fire. Just trying to survive, my friends. Survive, have a good time doing it, and bring a little joy to your lives at the same time. A little beach time. Never hurt anybody. There's no such thing as a bad day at the beach. It looks like we might have had a false crawl over here. See what's left is some turtle tracks. You see them down there? They're kind of side by side, the to and froms. I don't know if they led up to a nest. This was an old one or a fresh one. There's a nest over here. No, there isn't. Thought I saw one up. No. That was a false crawl. Trying to regenerate our dunes here, the condos. We lost everything. All of our seagrasses, our sea oats, our ground covers. Doing whatever we can now to replenish our dunes. We need our dunes. It's going to be years before they rejuvenate themselves. They're starting to come back. They're starting to come back at Wiggins. Got a lot of railroad vine, the ground cover, the morning beach, morning glories. A lot of that coming back. Just, if you look close, you can see those people out in the water. You can see you can wade off pretty far out there, and that water is not deep. Right now, during low tide, wade out. Take advantage of it. I enjoy going out in the water and looking back at the beach. Just gives you a whole different perspective when you're out there looking back at it. You know, you see tons of pictures looking at the beach from on shore, looking up and down and out in the water, but looking back at it gives you a whole different perspective. Especially that Del Nor Wiggins. There it is. I don't think the gates are open yet. I think it might still be a little early. I don't know. Maybe they open at about, they open a little early. They've been opening around 7:45-ish. There's been people waiting at the front gates to get in. Remember, still only 2 parking lots, so the early bird gets the parking spot. Otherwise, you'll be walking over that Bluebell Avenue Bridge with all your beach stuff, unless you get a ride with my friend Christine at Naples Park and Beach Shuttle. She usually hangs out there giving rides in the morning in her green machine. If you catch a ride with her, tell her Robb said hi. I haven't seen her in a little while. glorious. Glorious, glorious. So wish you were here. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love our Del Norwegans. Just get a whole different feeling when I step onto this beach. A whole different vibe. You know the song, get a peaceful kind of feeling. Peaceful, easy feeling. All right, my friends, that's going to do it for part one of this Thursday morning's beach walk in North Naples. Stay tuned. I shall return a bit later for part two. Hopefully I won't lose you like I did yesterday. Sorry about that. All right, if I don't see you later, happy Thursday. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong. Tally-ho, my friends, tally-ho. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Robb Stan. May God bless you, your family, your friends, your fur babies, everything and everyone in your lives. God bless our wonderful country. God bless America. Tally-ho, tally-ho.